Hey yo, what is going on everyone? Devin Knupp here with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me onto one of the phone calls that I had with one of my students regarding a wholesaling and one of my wholesaling courses, bringing down a lot of gold nuggets. They had a couple of questions and I figured this would be great content for you guys, and so you want to make sure you check out the whole video because there's going to be a lot of gold nuggets inside there. We're going to be talking about skip tracing, we're going to be talking about following up with leads. We're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff, so you want to make sure that you stick around for this. And then at the end of the video, I got a little deal for you guys.
Like finding the zip codes where like the most cash transactions have been going on.
Oh, the hot zip code trick?
Yeah. So I've been doing that, but I live in California, so most of it's like vacation areas, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
I mean, like, where at in California are you living? You said Palm Desert area?
I don't live there, but that's where most of the stuff is cash. In where I live, I live in Southern California. I live like by the beach, basically.
Oh, what? I have family that lives in Riverside.
Oh, okay. I live by, like.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so, what all did you do for like counties? Did you just do all of Southern California in list source, or?
I did like Riverside, San Bernardino, and something else that I can't remember right now.
Okay. And how far away? Like you said, it's mainly like some of the more vacation home areas. As far as what's it called?
Yeah, like the top cash areas were like Palm Springs, Palm Desert, La Quinta, like.
And that's pretty far from you, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I go up there like, I don't know, probably once a month.
Okay.
So like it's not really bad for me. I feel like everything around me is like super expensive, you know? So it's like.
Yeah, it's an interesting market out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't feel like I could do like things near me because everything's like at least 600,000.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, the price of a home, like what the retail values of for wholesale deals and everything, isn't that big of a deal. Like, it's just a matter of like you can make bigger assignment fees. Basically, there's bigger margins to work with. Usually you just got to find motivated sellers, but
okay.
That's kind of my opinion on that, because I get asked that question like, hey, like, or like I get the inverse question, hey, all the homes out here are $50,000, like, is that going to be okay to wholesale and stuff? And then, or they're like, should I focus on like some of the bigger retail value homes? It really doesn't matter. You just learn your market a little bit and just go at it inside of that market. The price of the homes doesn't influence there being deals out there. There's still people out there in California, I know for a fact, they're doing like $50,000 assignment fees in Southern California.
Okay, so like it doesn't matter. Like, I was just thinking like in a rich area there wouldn't really be any like assignments. I mean, it's really a lot of like people in distress.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, it's hard to tell unless like you've been going at it for a longer period of time, maybe done a couple deals, and you're just like, wow, I'm really struggling just to get these few deals done. Then maybe you could be like, well, maybe I shouldn't do this area, but maybe focus on a different area. But maybe what you could do is maybe like if you feel like in your gut that, hey, like there's not going to be that many wholesale deals out here, even though there's a bunch of homes being bought by cash because it's just a bunch of rich people that are just buying their vacation homes. And since you kind of like know that about the area, you can just kind of exclude those areas from your hot zip code list research.
Oh, okay.
So like if you want to just do like the Newport area and San Bernardino, just because that's where you want to focus, or like I feel like San Bernardino County is like a pretty diverse as far as like income households. So like there's gonna be a little bit more like lower income families and stuff. Then maybe you can just do the hot zip code list for like a county like that or something.
Okay, so but you do think it's good to do like low income like areas, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can do deals either way in any market. It's not an excuse, but I think it might be a little bit easier for you. More of like a targeted, more of like people that you're looking for to do business with as far as wholesaling.
Okay, cool. And then I'm getting my list from Real Gateway just because I called a bunch of different counties, and they were all telling me it was going to be like $500 to
Okay.
get just like one list.
Okay.
So I couldn't afford that. And then I'm doing the tax default, and I'm doing the notice of default. Most of it, I'm doing that.
What was the second one?
Notice of default.
Oh,
so
okay.
like pre-foreclosure.
Yeah.
And then I'm SkipTracing through the video you put up. I'm doing the Super Empower, which is much better than what I was using before. So thank you, because that was super helpful.
Yeah, I'm glad I found that company. I recently found them like, I want to say a month ago or two. People kept referring me to them. I got like 4 or 5 people that are like hiring the business, like doing a lot of deals. They're like, hey, check out this company. I was like, I got this other company I'm using. But I finally was like, you know what, I'll try them out. And then I called them and they're awesome. So.
Yeah, they're so cool. And the guy was like really nice and stuff. So
Yeah, you talked to Steven?
I think so. Yeah, I just messaged him from like Facebook messaging.
Yeah, I think he's the guy. He's the business owner, and he's a pretty cool guy. He also helps me out a little bit with like, I'm like, hey, what should I do now for my marketing? And he'll be like, this is what you should do.
That's cool. And then I was running things through the DNC project.org or .com or something.
Yeah, no, it's shut down.
I'm sorry?
And it's not working?
Oh, it's not? I don't know. I did it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I know the website wasn't working because the government shut down, because they're a government agency.
Yeah, I saw that on Mojo, that they were like, they can't say that anything's working.
Yeah.
But like my question with one of those is kind of like, you pay for like the SkipTracing, but then like half of them come back like that they're on the DNC, so then you ended up paying for like half of your list that you can't use. Is that just normal?
Yeah, that's normal. And this is one thing that like there's a lot of different mixed reviews on it. On like, everybody has their own opinion on the DNC list. There's a lot of people out there that are just like, just stay away from it. It's just a headache waiting to happen. And then there's another side of it, as you're not soliciting people. You're just asking if they're trying to sell their home.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out what side I believe the most on that one.
Yeah.
But
because it sucks, because like I paid for this, I got like 800 numbers, and I was like, that's awesome. But then I ran it through the DNC, and I only ended up with like 350.
Did you run it through the DNC before you SkipTraced it?
No. You can't do that, can you?
Yeah, you can ask them at Super Empower to do that for you.
Oh. Thank you.
So I talked to him about that. I asked him about it just the other day, and he said that they can do it. They just, his opinion is the one where it's like, it doesn't matter. You're just calling to see if they're selling their house.
Yeah.
So he's one of those people that's like, it doesn't matter. Just call them anyways.
That's awesome. Thank you. Because it's like half my money, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't afford to keep doing it like that.
Yeah, honestly, if I were you, like $800 worth, so that means you bought what, probably like 2,000, 3,000 leads?
Wait, what did you say?
How many leads, how many numbers is that? Like 2,000?
No, I didn't spend 800. Like, I spent like 130, and I got 800 numbers back.
Oh, 800 numbers. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's how much you spent.
And then I only ended up being able to call like 340, and I went through that list super fast, and then I was like, okay, well, now what?
Yeah, just call the rest of the list, to be honest. If it's that small, it's not going to be I would just say, just go out. And then if people have a problem with it, you can use the excuse of just, hey, I wasn't able to figure out if you're on the DNC list because of government shutdown. You can say that if you want as like an excuse. Or you can also just be like, hey, like, I'm not soliciting. I'm just like, I am just trying to help people out, and I'm just looking to see if people are willing to sell their home. Because people are going to get upset either way whenever you're cold calling. It's just like a thing that comes with cold calling. And any sort of marketing. Like, I'd send out mail, and it's so funny. Maybe I should make a video on it. Maybe some of the voicemails I've gotten where people are just like yelling at me in the phone, quit sending me the mail. It's like, well, just throw it in the trash.
Yeah, I know. I had one guy where I called him and I said my whole thing, and he was like, fuck you, and just like screamed in the phone, and I just like laughed. And I was like, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you're gonna get that no matter what. So honestly, yeah, like you're gonna expect it to happen. But
yeah, I feel like all the people that talk about the DNC, I feel like they all ignore it, but they have to tell you to do it.
yeah, that might be a thing too, just for like legal sake. Like, I know whenever I give my opinion in my videos of anything, like, I'm just like, like, this is my advice, but I'm not a legal consultant or anything like
Yeah.
that, just to cover my butt. But I usually say it as it is.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just like there's no way. It takes half your list away, so you're just not reaching those people.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. If I were in your shoes, I would just say screw it and just call them. How many times have you called through that list that you called?
I called. I did 2 days of it, and I called and reached as many people as I could. Martin Luther King Day, and then I went through it again the next day, and I left voicemail for people that I still couldn't get a hold of.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna want to call them at least 5 times. Just go through the list 5 times.
okay.
And
even people that already said they're not interested, or not those people?
those people you take out. If they say don't call me again, make sure you leave them alone, because that's where you'll get in trouble. If you just, someone says, hey, don't call me again, and then you call them like 3 more times, that's where you're gonna get in trouble. So I think a lot of the people's advice where they're like, don't call the DNC list, it's basically in fear of, in case you don't take them off your calling list and you just keep calling them, because then they're the ones that are going to be more likely to call the police or something. Like, people take it to the extreme.
Yeah, right.
So
I guess like the problem there would be like if people are already calling that list and then you just happen to be like the 10th person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah, and just if people are upset, like I said in the videos in the course, just say, hey, I got your list from the county. Like, there's nothing people can do about that.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I'll still call probably Super M and see if they'll just do it before they SkipTrace, and hopefully that'll save some money, because it's not going to work the other way. It's just like so much money for like barely any numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, and then the advice that a lot of people give, and I'm kind of agreeing with it as well, is if you have like a list of about 1,000, just keep calling that list. 1,000 phone numbers, just keep calling that list until you do a deal. You should be able to do a deal with about 1,000 numbers if you're using like a tax delinquency list or a probates or one of those like motivated lists. As long as it's not like an equity list, usually the numbers are a little bit smaller on those, but the conversion rates are a little bit less. But
yeah, the equity one, they always like don't know why you're calling.
yeah, which you're gonna get that with any list, but the equity is usually just like a bigger list that you can just call more people.
And then I've been using Mojo to call, which is awesome. And then I've been using your script when I call, and I think that it's really good. And then I just got into maybe like doing ringless voicemail and voice blast. And what do you think about that?
That's something we're about to start implementing in my business.
Okay.
So yeah, we gotta, the Super Empower, they have it integrated in their software as well.
Oh, okay.
So he can get you all set up with it and everything, and he's kind of one of those go-givers, so he can, if you want to do it, you can talk to him about it and see what he has to offer.
Cool. Are you also going to do like SMS blasting?
I haven't done that. I know you can do that with CallFire, but I have CallRail.
Okay.
So that's one of those things where I only text people if I'm doing like follow-ups.
Okay.
So are you keeping track of everything in a database, or at least like in Mojo?
Like Podio, yeah.
Yeah, or Podio, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the most important part as well. Just make sure, because that's where all of your deals are going to come from. Like 95% of your deals, they're going to be coming from that database. So.
But how do you follow up with people? Like, what's kind of like your method for that?
So it's basically just like if they're not willing to sell their house, like if they're not trying to sell their house right now, maybe call them like every 6 months or maybe even a year. If they are trying to sell their house but they're trying to get retail value, I call them about like every 90 days. And then from there, anybody else, like if they fit in a different category, like they're kind of more of a hot lead, then I maybe follow up with them like once a week or something like that.
Okay, so that's interesting. So if you call someone and they're like, well, I might want to sell my house, what are you offering? And then they kind of want retail, you'll still call them again?
Yeah. Those people that they're just like, I don't know, you make me an offer. Usually they're not motivated, just right out of the gate. But I usually ask them like 5 times over the phone.
Oh, okay.
Like I just keep building rapport.
Like,
yeah, I just keep building.
Just like throw away away those because it's like you're not motivated at all.
Yeah, you can, but if you just put them on your database and follow up with them, or just keep asking them for a price and just say, well, I need to know this and this about the house before I can make you an offer. But definitely don't just go on appointments for those types of people, because that's going to be a waste of time. Just keep following up with them. You don't need to throw them away, but because people's lives can just change on a second.
Yeah, sure.
So if you're top of mind awareness because you talk to them every 90 days or so, then you'll be the first person they call as soon as like something comes up.
Okay. And then like people that like you've made offers to and they've been like, oh no, that's too low, you follow up with them, right?
Yeah, of course. I try to leave everybody a number. That's kind of like the goal in mind. If like they come, like if they're just like make me an offer and I can't get a number out of them, I just leave them a number. So then they always have that in mind as like an exit strategy for them if something comes up.
How often would you check up with someone that you already made an offer to and they said no?
That one probably be about like every 90 days.
Okay.
So it's like enough time for them to like kind of forget about it, but at the same time they still remember the conversation slightly.
Okay. Let's see, I think, how many calls, like, a day would you say that I should be making?
How many are you making right now?
Like about 400?
Try to get that to about like 500.
500?
Yeah, obviously whatever your time allows, but the biggest part of it is just you being consistent about it.
Okay.
So that's the biggest priority. So if you have like 1,000 leads list, just consistently, just every day, make so many phone calls, no matter what happens, and you will be able to do a deal. You just got to be consistent about it. It's kind of like going to the gym.
Yeah, sure. How many people would you say that I need to like talk to? You know, like not people like not answering.
Yeah. So like this is kind of like a number that's floating out there is like one in. I know Jalen says this is kind of what he's gotten from his students' success is just like about every 30 leads, every 30 sellers that someone talks to, at least one should be a deal.
Okay.
But like I've seen like it's like 1 in 20 usually, sometimes even like 1 in 15. It's just all dependent on like your skills and you following up with people and everything like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you think maybe if I call like 500 people and if I could talk to like, I don't know, I'm trying to like, if I could get like one deal a month would be great. Like, do you know like how, like what my numbers should be for that?
Yeah, so basically talk to one seller every single day. One new seller, add them to your database. If they're not motivated, but one seller every day, you should be able to do a deal once a month. So if you want to do 2 deals a month, try to talk to at least 2 sellers a day.
Okay, that's awesome.
If you want to do 3, the math's pretty hard on that one, so.
Okay, and then I actually have like somebody that I feel like could be a deal, but like he just keeps me on the phone for hours and hours, and it's almost like I feel like he's lonely and is like might not be the deal.
Do the numbers work?
I'm sorry?
Do the numbers work?
Yeah, the numbers work, but like he doesn't have a place to go, but he's like in distress, and it's like I don't know how to close someone that doesn't know where they're gonna live next.
Have you been talking to any realtors or anything like that?
No, I found a bunch of places for him to live. Like I printed them out and I sent them to him, and he said that he wasn't really sure if he liked any of those places, but he said that he was very close to wanting to sign. He asked me if I had some place to meet up, and I said, yeah, we can meet up. Do you want to do it today or tomorrow, like in the afternoon? He was like, well, I'm not really sure yet. Let me give you some time to think. And I tried to keep him on the phone, but at the same time, it's like he doesn't have a place to go. So what am I supposed to do?
Don't waste your time too much, and it doesn't sound like that wasn't the first piece of the conversation, so I'm not too worried about you wasting time or anything like that, because most people are like, oh my gosh, I think I found a deal, but this guy's a time waster. Since you asked me that a little bit later, I can see where the priority list is on it for it. Yeah, basically what I would do is just keep trying to build rapport with this guy. What I would try to do is find a realtor that works with people trying to find a rental, and just hook them up with it. The realtor makes some money off the deal, You can build a relationship with the realtor that way. And then he can just spend his full time helping out this seller trying to find a place to move into. I would just let him know that, hey, I'm going to be buying the house. All I ask is that you just stay away from that side of the things. But if you can find this guy a place to move, then that would be awesome.
Okay, and that's just kind of like a referral thing. They would just get paid.
Technically, just say, hey, you can keep whatever you make off of you finding him a house to move into or whatever.
Cool. And I know you said like in the class that you could send like a list of realtors. Is there any way you can send me that?
Yeah, I can. Can you just email the email that's inside there? It's like,
okay.
And just say, hey, I want the list for California.
Awesome.
And so just say that. She's gonna send you like all of California. It's gonna be an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
And you'll just have to take out all the ones that aren't in your area.
Cool.
Because I think that list, there's like 100,000 or something stupid amount of realtors out there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And then with that, you can I would maybe do like zip code specific or something like that.
What'd you say, sorry?
Maybe do like zip code specific, because there's going to be so many, and then just maybe get those realtors on the phone or something.
Okay, and then what do I say? I just say like, am I trying to get buyers? Like, I didn't really understand that part.
So with them, you can just say, hey, well, like every realtor knows a buyer, honestly. If they're not a buyer themselves that's buying houses with cash. If they're not a real estate investor themselves, just be like, hey, I come across deeply discounted properties all the time. Do you think you have a few buyers that just have cash in hand ready to pick up any deal that's like at a deep discount?
Okay, and then how would they get paid from that?
They sometimes just like they'll you can pay them their real estate commission or whatever, or it's kind of case by case, but you can pay them a fee for helping you out with the buyer side.
Okay.
So usually it's like 3%. So if it can fit in the margins of what you're making, awesome. If not, they can just add it on top of whatever you're making. So just charge the buyer a little bit more. Which I know some don't like that, but it's just if they really want to make money off of it, then just say, hey, that's in order for me to operate as a business, that's the best I can do.
So that was us jumping on the phone. I figured it would be great content. Me and one of my students, which was inside of one of my courses, and basically we broke down a couple of questions and concerns that she had regarding wholesaling, and I figured you guys might have some of these questions as well. And so if you want to jump on the phone with me, we can get a whole marketing plan set up and figure out exactly what fits best for you. Join my course now. Link is down in the description below. And so I'm also giving you guys a $200 discount. I don't know how long it'll last, so if you're watching this video a month down the road, make sure you check out the link, see if you can still jump inside for the special deal. But anyways, with that, I just figured it would be a lot of value for you guys, and we can get you all set up. We can talk to me on the phone. We can jump on the phone, figure out what marketing plan will work best for you, and I'm excited to see you inside. So anyways, that's what I got for everybody. If you haven't already and you made it this far, what are you doing? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Smash that notification bell because I do upload every day. And I want to make sure you get all of the best content regarding real estate wholesaling. I'm showing you guys stuff a lot of other people won't show you. And so smash the video if you want to see more, smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And like always, I'm uploading every day. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.